Welcome back to the Frozen Forum podcast. This is episode 12. We're already 3 months in. Feels crazy. Time is flying. I love it though. Episode 12. I'm your host Nathan, along with our co-host Alex Nagy, and today we're going to be talking about the last week for the Habs. Played the Devils, then the Leafs, then the Sabres. Two not so great games, but then one pretty good game. We got the job done, and we'll talk about that this week. Alex, how you doing?
Nathan, I'm doing good. I'm a little tired, but we're here. We're excited. That game on Monday really made this episode a lot more fun. I won't lie. I've been after the two games at the start of this week for us, I guess, on our weekly schedule. I had started researching who James Hagens was and who Porter Malone is, and or Martone, sorry, Porter Martone. And Matthew Schaefer. And for those of you who don't know, these are the top prospects in the 2025 draft because the Montreal Canadiens are currently projected to pick second overall, which means that we get to go back into draft mode, baby. Like this is I'm fully in rebuild like mode again. I went from like being very optimistic about the playoffs to, man, this James Hagens guy is pretty cool. Like
we're back in rebuild again. Oh my god, we need the rebuild part 2 on Crave coming at you. 2025. Oh boy. Okay, but these 3 games, I've done the last 3 stars. Do you want to give this week's 3 stars?
Look. I have 1, 2. I'll do all 3, and you could tell me. You might disagree with one of them. I'm putting the first star up here as Alex Newhook. If for no other reason than because I called it. Like last podcast, I'm like, Nathan, you got to watch out for Alex Newhook. He's going to explode, right? He's going to come out. But he scores 2 goals in the game against the Devils. And I thought he played a really good week. Had some good looks. I mean, he doesn't get the benefit of having the first line and getting who's hot and whatever. It's like as soon as somebody heats up beside him, like Uri Slavkovsky did, like Uri Slavkovsky just got moved up to the first line. Like you just remove that. So I think that production probably slowed down during the week because they're shuffling up that line. But no, he was fantastic. Played great. Had a great week. He was there when we were not good, which I think is a big one. Second, I don't know if we're allowing this, but I want to put Cole Caulfield back up there. I think as long as this guy is first in the league in scoring, which again put me down for it, Nathan. Like Cole Caulfield for the Rocket, it's happening this year. I don't think there's a cap to what he can score. This kid keeps coming out scoring big goals, like he did in that Buffalo Sabres game, and. Look, I third, I want to put Lane Hudson. I'm going to put Nick Suzuki instead, because Nick Suzuki gets 4 points in that Buffalo game, which puts him up to, I think it's 17 points in the 16 games we've played or something like that. So he's over a point per game player. I think it's like the first time in his career by this point in the season he's over a point per game. So we'll put him as third. What do you think?
That's pretty good. Newhook did have a pretty solid start in that game against the Devils, but then he didn't. There was no point production directly from him in the next 2 games. So what I was going to say, Cole Caulfield, because he's still on fire, he's got to be the first. In my books, he's the first star. And then it was a toss-up between Suzuki and Gallagher for second and third. Gallagher has been playing pretty consistent through the 3 games. He got a goal against the Devils and the Leafs. And against the Sabres, he didn't get a goal, but he got an assist. He assisted the first goal. I thought he had a pretty good week overall.
I'll agree with you. Put Brendan Gallagher up there. I don't know exactly where he fits in. I think Brendan Gallagher has to be because, I mean, those 2 games that we lost, talk about like again, the only person who really played well, I thought, in that Devils game was Gallagher, Newhook. The only person who played well in that Toronto game was Brendan Gallagher. And you know what? At the end of the day, the Buffalo Sabres game, we win. But Gallagher didn't have to show up, arguably, because the rest of the team did for once. So yeah, I you know what? It's a good take.
Okay. Those are the 3 stars of the week. Guess we'll get right into it. We'll go into the first game against the Devils. We're in New Jersey against a very, very tough and deep Devils team. And we see that really quickly, right out the gate. Minute 30 seconds in, Jesper Bratt gets one. Jack Hughes, just a beautiful assist right to Jesper Bratt. It was a very nice goal, must admit. And they didn't stop there. They kept it coming. About 10 minutes later from that, Andre Palat. I didn't see this goal, but Andre Palat gets one here. And that's really the summary of the first period. They get two. They're all over us. We don't have much going on.
How many shots did we have in that first period? Do you have it up? Man, I swear that game, like, we've been talking on this podcast, Nathan, about how bad our starts have been. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I swear we just, I mean, you talked about it last week about how we're just not playing good defense. But we just tend to, like, play really bad defense at the beginning of the game and then just get ourselves in a hole. That's exactly what happened against the Devils this week.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. There were a few times during the game in the Devils game where, again, we would have defenders pinching in the offensive zone and no forwards covering. I don't know if there was any signal to the forwards, but there were multiple 2-on-1s. Actually, I think that was Palat's goal. It was a 2-on-1 with him and Hughes.
Yeah, and I seem to remember a goal in that game where Cole Caulfield was like the last guy back, was the defender, if you will, on one of those plays.
We just can't have that happen. And that happened last week too, where Caulfield's like our star forward is the guy back. I don't know what the defender.
The guy who's like 5 whatever and not doing it. He's not going to do anything defensively, right? You're just going to walk around him. Like, man.
Yeah, so yeah, not a hot start. But in the second period, 5 minutes in, your boy, Mr. First Star, Alex Newhook, gets a nice one from Evans and Struble.
That line, I'm telling you, like, it looks so good. Like, Evans, Slavkovsky, and Newhook now obviously taking who's supposed to be our third line center and who's supposed to be our fourth line center and putting them on the second line together with who's supposed to be the first line winger. So, like, what an odd combination of players. But I mean, they played really well. Like, Slavkovsky's looked really engaged this week. I've been very happy with what he's been doing from a physicality perspective. And I again, like Newhook scores his beautiful goal too.
Yep, yeah, it was a great goal. So at this point, it's 2-1. 5 minutes later, though, Siegenthaler scores 3-1. Devils. I'm not going to dive into that one, but our boy giving us hope once again, Mr. This time Brendan Gallagher, with a minute left in the second period. Nice goal. I think he was in the slot. It was from Anderson and Dvorak. That's what we want to see. It's exactly what we want to see at a Gallagher.
It was a Brendan Gallagher goal, if I remember it right. It was one of those, where he's picking up a bouncing puck from somewhere, and
oh yes,
it was just
the one in the slot was against the Leafs, and
the one in the slot was against the Leafs was the one he batted out of midair.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that more in a few minutes because like that was a oh my goodness Brendan Gallagher moment, which
yeah, we like it. We love it. So now we're going into the third period. 3-2. But of course, we get into the third period. And with this third point of the game, Jack Hughes gets a goal on us. Assisted by Jesper Bratt. We don't need to dive into that one either. But it's 4-2. 4-2. And your Mr. First Star once again gets another one from Caden Gooley.
He's battling. He was battling. I'm telling you, like I got a few texts from some people who are like, "Damn, you really called a Newhook." He was playing really good hockey at the beginning of the week, and it was just a matter of time till the bounces started bouncing, and the bounces bounced, man. Like 2 goals in the game, and more importantly, like goals where we're coming back and looking like we're back into it. Like that gets us up to 4-3, and so despite like the very big gap in like expected goals or whatever else we had in this game because we were definitely outplayed. I mean, it's 4-3 going into the last few minutes, and it was the Devils who got an empty net goal to finish that, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think they scored an empty net goal too on a faceoff that we need to start winning because we haven't won any important face-offs this whole season.
Yeah, 26 seconds left in the offensive end, and we blow it.
Yeah.
It's
So it's close. We came close.
We
We battled.
5-3. It's another loss.
I think that really. Yeah. Sorry. Go.
I was gonna say it's another loss. We don't love it, but yeah, I mean, close against one of the better teams in the league, so we'll take it.
Yeah. I was gonna say is at the end of the day, the thing that really hurt in this game is the top players on our team just look completely out of it. Like Cole Caulfield, I think had one shot in the game, right? Like you've got the guy who's leading the league in goals, or like close to it, anyways, and he had like one shot on goal. Nick Suzuki was completely out of the game as well, right? And like the only reason Uri Slavkovsky was in it was because he was playing with Evans and Newhook, and that line just worked. And I think it was towards the end of this game that Marty St. Louis started like shuffling things up. I don't know if he shuffled them up in this game. I think he shuffled them up in the Toronto game because the Evans line was actually working. But Brendan Gallagher, the one thing I'll say too, you're talking about Brendan Gallagher. I think Brendan Gallagher deserves a little bit of time in the top six. Like he's been having a really good year. Mm-hmm. Like I think all of our projections as to how many goals he was supposed to score, he's super far ahead of anywhere we thought he would be by now in the season. Give him some top six time. Like he's playing well. He's playing good hockey. They haven't done it yet. I don't really know why. Instead, they're giving it to Josh Anderson, who almost doesn't score an empty net goal when we just score an empty net goal.
Yeah.
But like, come on.
Yeah.
So we come out of that game, and we're like, okay, we expected to lose, whatever.
Yes. And now we go to Toronto. Right from New Jersey to Toronto, we play on Saturday night.
Hockey night in Canada.
Canada.
What better game to watch? Actually, there's a lot better games to watch.
Yeah.
That game.
Yeah. Original six matchup, but oh boy, it was one-sided. Man, you know it's not going to be a good game when the first goal of the game is Connor Timmins.
No, not only Connor Timmins. Sorry, we're just talking about Josh Anderson. God, how, as an NHL player, NHL forward, how do you get out-deked by Connor Timmins? Like, I know who Connor Timmins is. Shout out to Mr. Timmins, who was my vice principal back in high school, who's Connor Timmins' uncle or something like that. Maybe uncle-in-law or something. I don't really remember. But man, like Connor Timmins was barely in the NHL. The only reason he's on this Leafs team is because they need the cap space. They don't have cap space to have any better defensemen. Like it's not like he's impressed them. It's not like he's done super. I think he was he was like dropped off of the Colorado Avalanche or wherever he was. I don't even think he was traded to Toronto. Maybe he was. I don't remember. I don't remember how he got to Toronto. I think it was just through like the free agency thing because whatever team he was on didn't want him. And then he's deking around like Josh Anderson. Come on. And more than that, Nathan, you can tell me what you think about this. But Connor Timmins has the puck for 3 full seconds, completely alone, with nobody coming at him, no sticks getting in the lane, and then shoots and scores. Like, it's one thing for Josh Anderson to like make a fool out of himself. It's another. Everybody else is just standing there. The guy has the puck for 3 seconds. Hockey is such a fast game. 3 seconds is so much time.
I know. The past 2 weeks, I feel like a broken record at this point, but I've said it. I'll say it again. The defending. We have our forwards, but we're just not defending. We could use the exact same title as what we used forecheck, paycheck, ? Again, like we could do that exact same thing. Because I don't know what is going on with our defense. This week wasn't even our goalies. We're just not picking up players in front of the net. Not picking up anyone at the slot. We're in the Devils game, there was a point in time where both of our defenders were in the corner and 2 forwards, and then one of their goals was scored because somebody was just wide open in front of the net.
Buddy, it's all his fault. I'm telling you. I'm going to go off. When we're talking about this Buffalo game, okay, I'm so ready. I'm so done with this guy. I've been done with him for a year and a half. Like, this week was ridiculous. I don't know how we make coaching decisions anymore. I don't know how, like, the number of goals in the last week that I attribute directly to Matheson because they're like somebody's wide open because he's supposed to be there, or because they like get open because he's somewhere up in the offensive zone and he's like making some stupid pinch in the middle of a game where we're like it's a close game. It's like it's things that I think could be mitigated. I think he would play better defensively if he wouldn't be on this stupid first power play unit. Like, this guy's on the ice for 23 minutes, 24 minutes a night, or whatever he's averaging. He's not a 24-minute-a-night defenseman.
We need Lane out there.
On the first power play, and then maybe Matheson's, maybe his time on the ice goes down a little bit, so then he is more rested, so then he makes better freaking decisions, because right now, all of the ones he's making aren't good, right?
I agree. No, I definitely agree. It's more than just him, though. The defense as a whole needs to sort it out.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, go.
Lane Hutson's doing a fine job, but you can't just have one defender doing their job well. You need them all to be doing well, especially if you want to win games. Okay, that we'll talk more about it in the Sabres game, but we'll jump into the second period. Actually, what I will give you guys, you Leaf fans out there, you guys are looking really, really good right now. And you want to know what's ironic? It's right when Matthews leaves. Nylander has looked good from the games I've seen. Marner's looked good. John Tavares, I was not expecting him to start.
John Tavares on my fantasy team. Woo!
Yeah, this guy gets a goal against us in that game. He gets a goal. They're playing Washington right now. He has the only goal for.
Does he? JT has a goal today?
No. He assisted. McMahon, but he went end to end pretty much.
Getting my hopes up over here.
Yeah. Leaf fans in the comments, what do you think about that? Your team's performing so much better without Matthews.
Wonder if there's a correlation.
I spoke with our guest that you will be seeing later this week, and he gave his take on it as well. But we'll go into the second period now. William Nylander on the power play gets a goal, whatever. We get a power play, and what do? We cough it up. We cough it up at our own line when we're in the offensive end. We cough it up.
I wonder who coughs it up.
Yeah, you already know. Idiot.
Number 8.
Yeah.
Michael Matheson.
And then David Kampf just tosses it to Marner. They get a shorthanded goal. They look like the team of the century because the Habs just can't defend for some reason. But
or make good decisions or really do anything right now.
Yeah, the rest of this game is pretty just garbage. But we will talk about the Gallagher goal. We get another power play right after that, or was it on the same power play?
I honestly think it's the same power play. It was like within a minute of their goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the whole thing. Like Montreal's power play right now is clicking 10th in the league. Okay, that's really good for a Montreal team that is 31st in the NHL. We are 10th in the league because our second power play unit right now is producing. The only reason that our second power play unit is producing is because of Lane Hutson. And this is the only thing I'll say about maybe why you're allowed to leave Lane Hutson on the second unit is because with him on the second unit is producing. And they're gelling, and they're doing good things. They're making good plays. They have become, like, I honestly think they have played better on the power play than the first unit has. They've had more possession. They've had more chances. They don't have the finishing capabilities of the first unit, which is why you should move Lane to the first unit, because we would have like double the power play goals, right? Like that's what he does. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that in the Buffalo game because I was not very happy. But anyways, again, like he's on the power play with Brendan Gallagher. He's moving around. That gives other players space. The puck gets thrown into the front of the net. It's in midair. Brendan Gallagher goes boop in the net, out of midair. Does it like beautiful, 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 beautiful goal. it's 3-1 at this point. We're maybe back into it. Maybe we get a spark, and then there was no spark. There was we just kind of. I think we got like one shot in the first 10 minutes of the second or the third period or something like that. So It was ridiculous.
Yeah, John Tavares gets a power play goal. It's 4-1. Then the third period was pretty bland. Nothing bland on both sides. Nothing happened. One thing I will say though about that, the first power play unit performs well against worse teams, which is what we saw against Buffalo. But our second power play unit performs better against better teams. We've seen it against Toronto. We've seen it against some of the better teams we played this season.
It's almost like you have a very skilled defenseman who can actually quarterback a power play. Okay. Not this guy who takes slap shots from the point when there's nobody in front of the net and then misses the net and the puck comes all the way back down our zone because you missed the net.
Can't be doing that, Mr. Matheson.
This guy's pissing me off. You don't even know. This guy's like...
Okay, I can get you to simmer down here. We'll talk about the Sabres game.
Man, that Sabres game was nuts.
7-5.
You know what? Yeah. Maybe, hear me out, okay? I got a theory here, okay? I think the reason that game was such a high-scoring game was because it was at 12:30 in the afternoon. So maybe... And
all the players had a lot of energy.
Yeah. Well, because, you haven't spent it the whole day. They're not... Like I don't know if these guys are too old or something. Maybe, David Savard needs to go to bed by 9 o'clock every night because, we only start our hockey games at 7. Like, he's fallen asleep by the third period. Man, like that game was easily one of the fastest games I've seen us play this year.
And we can see it considering we got a touchdown.
Touchdown.
Alouettes.
Yeah, I mean, I think the craziest part of this game, let's get into like the scoring and stuff. We scored, 20 seconds later, Buffalo scores to tie at 1-1. We score again. Maybe like 17 seconds later, Buffalo scores to tie it 2-2. Back and forth. It was ridiculous. Let's get into it. Go.
Okay. There are 12 goals in this game, so we'll start in the first period. First period, 4 minutes in, Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson from Dvorak and Gallagher. 1-0 Montreal. Like you said, 30 seconds later, Tage Thompson. This guy is also on fire, Tage Thompson.
He's injured. We injured him. We did something which is really good. Shout out to Oliver who has him on his fantasy team. Haha, you can't have him anymore.
Sorry, Tage. You'll be better soon. But Tage Thompson
next week, not this week. He can get better next week.
Okay. Next week we'll see you out there. Tage Thompson from Tuck and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. Luukkonen gets an assist on that one. 1-1 after the first period. It's looking like a relatively normal hockey game. 1-1. 5 minutes into the second period, we get a power play. And guess who gets the damn puck? Caulfield's on fire! With his 11th goal of the season on the power play, coming from your boy Lane Hudson and Nick Suzuki.
Sorry, not only coming from Lane Hudson. Okay, you got to remember, you got to set the context here, okay? This is key. We have a 5-on-3 for 40 seconds, I want to say, okay? Now, on the 5-on-3s, for whatever reason, the Habs put Lane Hudson out. I don't know why they put him out, because, if you're not going to put him out for the 5-on-4 with the top unit, why would you put him with the 5-on-3? That's like admitting he's a really good player and should be on the first power play unit to begin with. But anyways, they put him on the first power out on the 5-on-3. They put him to the right side of the net. They don't put him at the point. He goes to the right side of the net. And it's a brilliant position to be in because he has all of these right-handed players in Nick Suzuki, Cole Caulfield, Kirby Dach, and whoever, I think it was Slavkovsky who's also out there, right? And so you have so Slavkovsky's the only left-handed shot, but he's like trying to screen the goaltender. So you have Lane Hudson on the right side who has all of these people to pass to, plus he can shoot just to begin with, right? And have Slavkovsky tip or something. Brilliant spot, but they put Cole Caulfield at the point, which I hate to tell you, I've never seen him score from the point. So I don't know what he's doing there. So we don't score on the 5-on-3 again. The 5-on-3 becomes a 5-on-4 for a minute or whatever. But obviously you're not going to change because you have the puck in the offensive zone. And this is where you see what happens when you have Lane Hutson on the first power play unit. He goes up to the point, because on a 5-on-3 he can go to that right side. You can't really do that on the power play. Goes up to the point, gets the point, holds the puck at the point a little bit, letting people get through, sees that Caulfield has a stick on the ice, angled the right way, sends the puck directly at Cole Caulfield's stick. Cole Caulfield just deflects it in the net. Easy goal. This is what happens when Lane Hutson is on the power play unit. I tweeted from our official X platform saying, if this doesn't get Lane Hutson on the first power play unit, I don't know what will. Because that's your direct evidence as to how this guy fits. Nathan, did he get on any other power play unit in the game?
No.
You want to explain that one to me? I can't understand it.
Maybe we just need to send a letter to the office of the Montreal Canadiens, and then
I think we should. From the Frozen Forum podcast, we have a request. Please take this as an official request from our podcast, and we as fans of the Montreal Canadiens believe that we represent the majority of fans when we say, put Lane Hutson on the first power play unit for 5 games, and if nothing good happens, you can take him off. But when they start producing at 2 times the pace that they are now, you'll see that maybe you can win a game against the New Jersey Devils. Maybe you can win a game against the Toronto Maple Leafs when you have 5 power plays or whatever we had in that game. Because the power play can actually play hockey and keep the stupid puck in at the line like a defenseman's supposed to do.
I wonder who you're talking about there, but...
No idea.
Okay, but again, 19 seconds later, Dylan Cousins from Darlene and Tuck. A minute later, Peyton Krebs from Byron and Power. All of a sudden, we went up a goal, and then a minute later, we're down a goal. All within a minute. And then for the rest of the period, nothing crazy's happening. 3-2. We're about to head into the break. Bam! Nick Suzuki, Uri Slavkovsky from Kirby Doc. Wait. Nick Suzuki from Uri Slavkovsky and Kirby Doc.
Got 2 goal scorers, everybody, on the same goal.
Yeah. That comes in 47 seconds left into the period. And they keep him out. Why not? Got 47 seconds left. They just got on the ice. They get a goal. Keep him on. 20.
They score again.
I think it was 18 seconds after.
Look, okay, do you want to talk about this goal? This Uri Slavkovsky effort was unbelievable. What did you see first, Nathan?
I mean, he does all the grunt work, right? He's skating down the ice, driving to the net, loses the puck a little bit, so he's in the corner, gets the defender off him, enough. He gets enough time by pushing him away from him to make a decision, look at where his guys are, kind of look at where his guys are. It makes this somewhat no-look pass to Suzuki, and Suzuki does his job, puts it in, bears it.
Man, the effort level on it, though, Slavkovsky's barreling down the right side of the ice, and he, doesn't have the puck. The defenseman has the puck. He gets the defenseman off the puck, forces him into the corner, gets the puck off of him, throws it in front of Suzuki, who just puts it in. It looked like the easiest thing from Suzuki. All Uri Slavkovsky. The thing that stood out in this game, and this is why we're going to get mad at Marty St. Louis some more in this season if he decides to split up those two. Nick Suzuki and Uri Slavkovsky have a chemistry. They had a chemistry last year. They played really well together last year. I honestly thought last year that Cole Caulfield didn't really fit on the line. It looked like he would fit better somewhere else because he just couldn't find the same level of chemistry that Suzuki and Slavkovsky have. They play so well off of each other. And this game was a perfect example of it. Suzuki scores twice within a minute, and both of them are Uri Slavkovsky's fault. It's 100% Uri Slavkovsky's effort that goes into the goal. But I'm sure 3 games from now we're going to put that lineup again because that's how you win hockey games, boys and girls. Is everything that's working, make sure you do not do again.
Because we need to reinvent the wheel, just continually every week. Okay, back to the game. 4-3, heading into the second intermission. All is looking good again. We have that lead by a goal. They're on the power play. Rasmus Dahlin from Dylan Cousins at the beginning of the third period. 4-4.
Dahlin's really good.
Yep, Rasmus Dahlin. He got 2 points in the game. He did pretty well. And then right after that, what were we gonna say? Gonna say anything? 2 minutes later, JJ Peterka, another player. That's his 7th goal of the year. He's been a bit of a sleeper on the scoring.
He's really good. He's really good. I had him in fantasy last year. I really liked him.
Yeah.
Peterka's a very good player too. But Buffalo's got so many good players. They've never been able to put it together to get to these playoffs. To all of the critics of the Montreal Canadiens who say that we can't be so optimistic because look at how long the Buffalo Sabres have been rebuilding. Okay, the Buffalo Sabres have made a lot of mistakes, like a lot of really big mistakes, right? We should not be in a rebuild as long as they have been. They have not made the playoffs since 2011. That's ridiculous. That's 2 full generations of players on the team and off the team. Like, that's ridiculous. They have the pieces. Dahlin's fantastic. Peterka's great. I think he's like a second-line player now.
They've got Tage Thompson, Dylan Cousins, Owen Power. They have
a lot of good pieces
between the pipes.
Well, sorry. Oh, you forgot to say Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen gets pulled before the third period starts. So Devin Levi comes in, and then JJ Peterka's goal was the 5th goal, right? Makes it 5-4.
Yep.
After Peterka's goal, Samuel Montembeault comes in the game in relief of Caden Primo. It has to be one of the first games I've seen in a while where both goaltenders got pulled. We started with Primo and Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. By the way, the person I'm playing in fantasy this week, shout out Oliver, had Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, and he did not get very many points in that game, so that was very nice. Good job, Montreal. Like we did a good job.
Yeah.
Get him out. But yeah, both goaltenders gone by the 5-minute mark of the third period.
Yeah, 5-minute mark of the third. And once again, we are down a goal. We were up by a goal, then we were up by a goal, then we were down by a goal, then we were up by a goal. Now we're down by a goal again. 10 minutes left into the third period, though. Emil Heineman from Lane Hudson. Beautiful to tie this thing up 5-5. We love it. Dude, I thought you said he went back to Europe.
No, Kapanen went back to Europe. Heineman's fully in North America, buddy.
My bad. It's late. You can cut that out.
I ain't cutting that out. That's funny. That's a clip next week.
It's late. My bad. So, Heineman, the non-guy in Europe, gets the tying goal, 5-5. And what do you know? We're on a power play once again. Once again, we're on another power play. And we have Matheson out there. I know you're not a big fan of that. But on this one, Matheson to Slavkovsky to Caulfield. Caulfield again on the power play. He's a power play demon. And that goal puts him at first in the league for goals.
That is all Slavkovsky, though.
Yeah.
Like, you trying to make a comment here about Matheson? Matheson did shit all on that play. Absolutely not. I could have done what he did. He passed the puck like he's supposed to as a defenseman. It's ridiculous. Juraj Slavkovsky gets that puck, fires it across to Caulfield, like with Devin Levi on the ground, basically. And Caulfield's got like a wide open net. Right?
Yeah.
Like I think the sequence of that play, I'm pretty sure the puck went down to Caulfield. Caulfield tried to get over Slavkovsky. Slavkovsky shot. It came back to him somehow. It went back to Caulfield. Caulfield scored. I swear. In this game, so sorry, this is now 6-5? What's the score now?
6-5.
6-5 Montreal. And then, with 30 seconds left, I think.
Yeah, there's about a minute left. Josh Anderson and Nick Suzuki, neither of them can decide as we're breaking out of our end. They've pulled their goalie, by the way. They've pulled their goalie. They are trying to get the game-tying goal. We stop them. Josh Anderson, Nick Suzuki breaking the puck out of the end. This would be Nick Suzuki's first hat-trick? First career
hat-trick? First ever hat-trick. He's never done it, which is so surprising because he's such a good player. But this play is why Nick Suzuki is the best captain in hockey right now. Like, Nick Suzuki never has scored a hat-trick before. But he has the puck, can score an empty net goal to score his first ever hat trick, passes it to Josh Anderson because Josh Anderson just needs confidence, man. Like this guy just needs some good things going for him at the beginnings of these seasons. Passes it to Josh Anderson. Anderson's like, buddy, I don't want the puck. You get your hat trick. They almost lose the puck. And then out of nowhere, Christian Dvorak shows up and gets the puck and puts it in the back of the net and steals the game.
Second of the year for him, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, empty net goal and some other weird random time that he had the puck, and that's the only 2 times he's ever been a good positive factor in the team.
We'll take it, though. 7-5. Big win. Big confidence boost. We need that heading into next week. Actually,
what's going up next week?
Tomorrow we play the Wild, I think.
Oh, good luck. I mean, go Habs, go. God, the Wild are on fire this year. What a great hockey team.
They are.
I wanted to talk some more about Mike Matheson. Look, all I'm saying, this game, realistically, if you take all of the Habs goals as being good goals that we scored, the game should be 7-2. At least 3 of those goals are 100% on Mike Matheson. Like not even close to being like on the goalie or whatever else. Like the one play, but he's playing, or like, he's coming back with Caden Gooley. As a side note, I will put a little bit of this on Marty St. Louis, because Marty St. Louis, for whatever reason, decided to switch up Gooley and Matheson. So Gooley's been playing the right side, Matheson's been playing the left side. In this game, they decided to switch those 2. Why do that? Because Caden Gooley needs to develop on his strong side. But anyways, I mean, maybe you can give me more context here, right? But like, Caden Gooley's supposed to be playing the left side. But at the same time, he's playing off of one of the players coming at him. It's like a 2-on-2, right? So he's playing off the one guy who doesn't have the puck. Matheson is playing off the guy who does have the puck. And then, for whatever inexplicable reason, Matheson thinks he needs to go to the right side of the ice because he thinks Caden Gooley is just going to play the left side, not play the guy he's supposed to be playing, right? So Mike Matheson goes to the right and then goes, oh, wait, Caden Gooley's already on the right side here because he's playing this other guy. I need to get back to cover the guy the puck's in the net. Like, it's not just a communication thing. Like, that's what are you thinking here? If you're playing the guy with the puck, play the guy with the puck.
It's
like,
just fundamental.
It's fundamental. Like, we're not playing zone defense when you got 2 guys coming at you. Like what?
Yeah, Matheson, not even just this game. Like, even New Jersey. I'm sure he had mistakes in the Leafs game, but it just was not a good week for Matheson. Maybe it is that he's getting a bit older, like you were saying. He needs a little bit more time to actually get his breath.
Bro, just this is what I'm saying. Like Mike Matheson has never been a true first defense pair defenseman. Like last year, you scored a bunch of points. Okay, great. Like you can score a bunch of points on any team. If you're on the ice for 68 points or whatever he had, and so you're on the ice for 68 of your own goals, but you're on the ice for 130 of the other team's goals. Like it doesn't matter. Like I like, you know what I mean? Like as a defenseman, that matters. Like plus minus matters. His plus minus was not good, right? Like I don't, and again, I don't know if it's just because they're playing him too much. I don't know if it's just that he doesn't have the skill to begin with, and so he's going to make those mistakes no matter where he is in the lineup. But it's like, at some point, you have to reward the players that are doing well. And like Lane Hudson has been doing so well. The only thing he's been missing is people to finish. And like in this game against Buffalo, he had 2 times where the guys finished, right? Heineman finished and Cole Caulfield finishes. And so he gets 2 assists in the game, right? He could have 2 assists in every game. He's been making those plays, right? So like give him the chance. And maybe when you give him the chance, Matheson's decreased ice time as a result will lead him to play better defensively. And then you solve 2 issues with 1 stone, as you may say.
Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, yeah.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I have nothing else to say on the Montreal Canadiens. What's coming up this week?
This week we are playing the Wild tomorrow night. That is in Minnesota. And then Saturday night, this is a game we should have this one. This would be big. The Columbus Blue Jackets at home in Montreal. It is a very, very winnable game.
Sean Monahan coming back.
Yes, the Sean Monahan return tour. He's making his way back. Play them,
He's
and
been
then
hot too.
Yes, he has been. And then we play Edmonton at home on Monday. That's the slate. That is the slate for the next week.
Good luck with the Edmonton game. I mean, they've been playing very well. McDavid, by the way, for those who like following the rest of hockey as well, McDavid is 1 point away from 1,000.
What? Already? Holy.
If he scores it tomorrow, they play again tomorrow. If he scores a point tomorrow, he'll be the 4th fastest player to 1,000 points.
Who are the 3 ahead of him?
Well, Gretzky, I want to say Lemieux, and I want to say who else is up there for points?
Gordie Howe.
No, Gordie Howe's the defenseman. I don't remember the other one. But there's 3 ahead of him. On a side note, Alex Ovechkin needs 31 goals the rest of the season to tie Wayne Gretzky's record. Goals in a season.
And he's on pace for, I think, 35 or 36.
Oh, he's on pace for like at least 45 more or something like that. Like he's up to like 8. He's up to like 8 in 15 games. Or something like that. It's some ridiculous number like that. All I know is I have him on my fantasy team, so I'm I'm loving him.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to all of you guys who decided to let him drop to where he dropped to. He's like a top 10 player in fantasy right now.
Yep, he is. He got an assist tonight so far against the Leafs.
Beautiful.
Actually, almost had one. Yeah.
What's that goal? What's that game at?
51 seconds left. Oh. 6-on-4 Toronto because they pulled their goalie.
Oh, they're losing right now.
Yeah, they're losing 3-2.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Getting some assists from all of my players. That's always good to see too. The Detroit Red Wings won today as well. What else are you seeing around the NHL? You want to talk about the Winnipeg Jets, the first ever team in history to go 15-1 to start a season?
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. And it wasn't an easy team to get that 15th win against too. It was the New York Rangers.
Man, I do. This team is so good. Team is so good. I've been watching the games because I got Connor Hellebuck on my fantasy team as well. Shout out to number 3 in the league. Love you, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. Was very mad, by the way, at I think it was Logan Stanley on Dallas who got a goal with like 40 seconds left in the game on Saturday. That would have given me 3 shutouts in the week for Connor.
Yeah,
like 15.
For Hellebuck, you mean? But 3 in a row.
Yeah. He was on fire last week. Like,
nuts.
I think he saved.
Absolutely nuts.
I think he was like 1 goal allowed through like 90 something shots.
That's just ridiculous. I thought I saw a stat. I think it was through 4 games. It was like 160 shots or something ridiculous, and he let 4 of them in. Maybe it was 5 games. I don't remember, but it was something ridiculous.
Yep. No, he's fantastic.
Mitch Marner goal
Tied it up. Tell me it's coming from JT. I love it. Please give me some more fantasy points, man. This week's a tough week.
It is.
It's gonna be close.
Yes, sir.
What else are you following in the NHL, Nathan?
This week there was the Hockey Hall of Fame inductions. Our boy Shea Weber.
I got a picture. I don't know if I told you this. I got a picture with Chris Pronger.
I didn't know that.
Hockey Hall of Fame inductee, I think a few years ago. Listen, for everybody that doesn't know, the Hockey Hall of Fame induction ceremony happens in Brookfield Place in Toronto because that's where the Hockey Hall of Fame is located. And so everybody was there. I mean, the Habs played 12:30 in the afternoon. Nick Suzuki, Yoel Armia, Brendan Gallagher, Cole Caulfield, and 2 others. I think David Savard and Jake Evans, I think, were the 6. They all made it up to the ceremony. They were all in attendance. Jeff Gorton and Kent Hughes were in attendance to watch. No, it's crazy. It was
You're missing a pretty big name there.
Oh well, Kerry showed up too, but Kerry showing up, man. He's just staking out the territory. He's just seeing what's up because he's got to say a speech next year. So he's got to figure that one out.
Yeah, very true.
Did you see next year's Hall of Fame class? The first ballot people, man. Like it's actually nuts. Like not just Carey Price. What is it? Joe Thornton, I think, is up there.
Yep.
You have Duncan Keith, obviously 3-time winner of the Stanley Cup. Ryan Getzlaf, Zdeno Chara. Like I feel like all of these are first ballots. Like they don't have that
should
many
be.
ballots.
They definitely should be first ballot guys.
If anybody, maybe Joe Thornton doesn't, because there's no Stanley Cups and there's no big things. But I mean, he's 14th overall in NHL points, like historically, right? So like, how are you supposed to say no to him? And if they say no to Carey Price, we're gonna have a whole other issue next year. Like,
Yeah, I don't think they can't. Like they surely cannot.
they can't. They cannot. Best goaltender of all time, arguably.
Yeah.
Maybe second best, but even if it's second best, like
He's got to be up there. Okay, well, so yeah, Shea Weber got inducted. Very nice, very touching speech when he was up there. Shea Weber, Pavel Datsyuk.
shout out to my boy Colin Campbell.
Yep.
VP of Hockey Ops, I believe, in the NHL. Colin is from Tilsonburg, and he goes to the same church that my grandmother goes to, so have seen him around. Great guy overall. I don't really remember what he got inducted for. I guess it's just being part of hockey in general and building the sport or whatever, but shout out to him too.
Big shout out. So yeah, that's Hockey Hall of Fame. Other than that, nothing crazy in the past week. Kyle Connor's still freaking doing Kyle Connor things, looking ridiculous.
I think it's so hard right now to actually judge where that Winnipeg like roster should be in fantasy, because there's no way they can sustain this pace through the season. But at the same time, they've looked better and better every game that they've played, which is scary. Like I was watching that Winnipeg Dallas game, and holy, this is a whole nother level of hockey right now. Like it's so fast. They play so well. Every pass is where it's supposed to be. Every play is whatever. Like they were winning 4-0 in that game within like a period and a half.
Mm-hmm.
And every single goal, it was just like, oh, yeah, no chance. Like
they're just so in tune and they have so much depth. Like, I think Nino Niederreiter, was it Niederreiter? Yeah, I think he had like 2 goals the other night. It's just,
yep,
like you're just not a guy who you'd be expecting on the Winnipeg Jets to be getting 2 goals. You're expecting Nikolai Ehlers, Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, one of those guys, and then
yeah,
or was it no, it was Nemestikov.
I don't know, whoever it was, they've been getting depth scoring across the board.
Yeah.
No assist for JT on that Leafs goal, by the way. It's very sad.
Very sad.
But no, I like that Winnipeg. That Winnipeg team's been good, and I mean, just to compare them to the rest of the NHL, they have 6 more points than the team in second. That's like 3 full wins ahead of second place. Second place is the New Jersey Devils, who have played 19 games already this season because they played those 2 in Finland to start the season.
Yep.
Fun fact about that as well. The NHL website still sorts the teams by points, not by point percentage. If you go by point percentage, like the New Jersey Devils are leading the Metro by point percentage. They're in a wild card spot. Like they're not even like in second or third in that division. They're fully in a wild card spot because that division's been fantastic. Like Carolina, Washington, New York, all 3 of them been flying. Carolina, another team like the Leafs, who will play fantastic in the regular season and not so fantastic in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Although Carolina does win a few rounds before they lose, so I guess there's the difference.
Yeah, that is the difference. Real Cup contenders, though, right now, who would you say at this point in the season? 3 teams.
Man, it's a hard question.
Well, one
hard
team's
question.
pretty easy.
Who do you think is easy?
The Jets, bro.
Jets?
Look, if they just keep playing how they're playing.
The thing I'll say, the difference to me between the way Connor Hellebuck plays the game and the way Carey Price played the game, Carey Price was not always great in the regular season. He did not always come up with the big saves in the regular season. But if there was ever a game that mattered, you best believe Carey's there. I have not seen the same thing from Connor. I don't have a lot of faith in that team in the playoffs. I've never seen them play well. Also, this whole starting the season super hot, you don't need to start a season super hot. You need to end it super hot.
It's also true. That's what we saw with the Boston Bruins.
Well, exactly. That Boston Bruins 101. Like this is why wins at the beginning of the season don't matter as much, right?
Yep, 100%.
So to that point, I wouldn't even. I don't think I'd put them there. Look, I think New Jersey has the pieces. I know they're not top three in that division right now. I really think that Jersey can put it together. They have so much talent in that locker room, and I mean, Luke Hughes has not been playing very much, or not been playing very well, rather. Dougie Hamilton hasn't been playing his peak form. Jack Hughes is like 60th or something in fantasy right now, which is not expected. He should be like 5th, 6th, 7th, right? So they have a lot of room to grow, and they're still in that hunt. Also, Markstrom and Allen have been like Markstrom hasn't been playing well, and they've still been winning games. Allen's been playing pretty well. He played very well against us as well. So I put New Jersey up there. I think Florida has a shot at doing it again. Although I think they've lost too much. Realistically, it's going to come down to like the trade deadline for them, and they don't really have trade capital. So I don't know. I feel like they lost a lot. Minnesota's not deep enough. Dallas could be up there, but again, I've never seen them play well in the playoffs. I think Vegas has a shot. Probably Edmonton too. You got to put Edmonton up there too. So like from the two divisions, I think my top two, Vegas, Edmonton, and Jersey and Florida.
I like Dallas, Winnipeg, Florida. Just a gut feeling.
Only one teammate. Maybe put the Rangers in that conversation too, man. Igor Shesterkin's been so bad to start the season. You think he'd be playing well because he's got a contract year. Getting outplayed by Hellebuck at the moment in that Vezina race. And it's not close. Like, nope. Not at all. Not close at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need him for fantasy purposes to get back into this stuff.
Cool. That's all I got.
That's all I got too, I think. One more thing. Do me a favor, Nathan DaCosta. Would you pull up the PWHL jerseys that were announced last week? I know a lot of people saw the logos and believe that the jerseys don't matter. The jerseys matter, everybody. The stripes matter. Like where you put the stripes, what color the stripes are, how clean the jersey looks in general. These things matter. Nathan, let's go through the list. Let's rate them. Let's put them in a tier. Obviously, the Ottawa Flames or whatever you call them are going to be last. But the other five, they could be fun to rank.
Okay, actually seeing one of the jerseys now, not even biased, maybe a little bit. Montreal's is my favorite.
The Montreal jersey is so clean, man. The stuff they do at the bottom there with the blue stripe.
Mm-hmm.
I want one.
Yeah, that's actually clean.
Low key, I want to get one. I just haven't found first of all, the Marie-Philippe Poulin ones have sold out. So, yeah, I gotta wait, I guess, a little bit. Yeah, I missed the drop.
Yeah, okay, but other than that, Toronto Scepters, they look alright. Honestly, I like Boston's. It's pretty simplistic. It actually has meaning to the logo, like the F. No, yeah, Boston's second. I like the anchor because they're on the shore there. Like, makes sense. So Montreal, Boston. Then I like Toronto Scepters.
Better than the Frost, eh?
Yeah.
I think the purple's clean, man.
It's clean, but it just looks like Prize Picks, to be honest. Like, it just seems like something a kid might have drawn, but like it looks cool. It looks cool. Give him that. But I'll give it to the Sirens, then Frost, then whatever the hell Ottawa's doing.
Yeah, Sirens one is not the best, I didn't think. No. I like the Frost better. Clean jerseys, though, eh?
Yeah.
Clean jerseys.
Very clean.
Those Montreal ones. I want a Montreal one. I don't know if you see the away jerseys, too. But look up the Montreal away jersey, because it's clean, too. Like, a beautiful, beautiful jersey.
Montreal.
Le Montreal Victoire. Well, I guess if it's Le Canadien de Montréal, it should be Le Victoire de Montréal.
Yeah, sounds right.
Sounds right. You've been the one taking the French Duolingo. You should know, no?
Dude, French Duolingo. Duolingo's fun. Duolingo's good if you have no idea about anything regarding a language. So I learned Spanish first, and it actually helped a lot. Like, I learned the basics, how to actually have a conversation in Spanish, and that was good. But you plateau. Duolingo, you plateau on pretty quickly. You just got to actually have conversations with people. So I feel like I've been plateauing with French.
Considering you learned French back in high school and elementary school.
Yeah.
I would hope it wouldn't give you too much of a boost.
There's no boost. No boost I've gotten. Yeah, these jerseys are pretty sick. Give them that.
It's exciting. That season starts end of November. Training camps open up next week, I believe.
Yep.
Full rosters have been posted. Yeah, so soon, when the Montreal Canadiens aren't playing well, we'll open up the podcast talking about the PWHL teams because those will be much more fun to talk about than... Yeah, well, I guess we have two main points of conversation in the future, eh? If we play well, we get to talk about the Habs. If we don't play well, we'll talk about how James Hagens is doing down in Boston College. By the way, James Hagens, 8 games, 10 assists, 1 goal for 11 points as a 17-year-old, 5'10" center in the NCAA. Not too shabby out there. Porter Martone is ranked second on this list. 6'3" right winger, 207 pounds. In the O right now, 32 points through 16 games. He has exactly 16 goals and 16 assists through 16 games, which is a pretty cool stat line to see. Michael Misa is obviously another one that's listed as... Michael Misa is one of the ones that was granted exceptional player status.
Yep.
To play as a 15-year-old. 35 points through 18 games in Saginaw.
He was one of the exceptional guys that I didn't really know if he actually deserved it, but okay, that is deserving.
Yep, and I don't know if you've seen, but next year's... Yo, Tavares scored!
Yeah,
Let's
I know.
go.
I was gonna tell you.
Perfect! I just got the notification.
JT.
JT, I love this guy, man. People in fantasy, if you want him, definitely open to trading him. But honestly, I don't know if you saw it. Gavin McKenna is the number 1 overall prospect in next year's draft. And here, let me pull up the...
Isn't he
the
Connor
stat line
Bedard's
on him.
cousin?
I'm not sure. I maybe you look up that side of it. I'll look up the point side because he's been ridiculous this season in the WHL playing Medicine Hat Tigers. 37 points through 19 games as a 16-year-old.
That's nuts. Yeah, he's Connor Bedard's cousin.
Crazy. 6 foot, 165. It says here. Born December 20th, 2007. So he's turning 17 this season, but obviously not eligible for this year's draft.
That's
so
crazy.
Look, at the end of the day, Habs fans, it's not fun to watch the team lose. But just remember, if we lose enough, we get one of these cool players on our team later.
We will talk more about that in a few weeks because it's still like we're getting into the season.
It's still
now.
early.
It's still early. We got time.
It is still early.
And Patrick Laine is supposedly coming back within a few weeks.
That's other big news. Yeah, you're supposed to be on that quicker.
Yeah.
That's great news. I just hope they don't rush him back. Look, like Montreal has a history of bringing some players back a little too quickly.
Don't give him the Tua Tagovailoa treatment. We don't need him to get hurt again. We'd rather him be in one piece than have scrambled egg brains, scrambled egg knees, whatever.
Whatever. It doesn't matter what's wrong with him. Just make sure he's fully healed before you give him back in.
Yeah, that's good news. That's great news. Hopefully we see him back. I'd be fine with a month, even like right at the beginning of New Year's. Don't rush it.
Okay, so question for you, right? Does he slot in beside Suzuki and Slavkovsky? Do you keep Caulfield away from Suzuki longer term?
No. You keep Caulfield Suzuki together. Like they're
I don't know, man. I don't know. They took him off. Like he was not playing with them in that Buffalo game, and
they're yin and yang. They got to be together. They have to. That's my opinion. We can discuss this next episode.
We'll see what they do this week. I don't know what they're going to do for lines this week. So
yeah,
we'll see what they do. And I think the other news for the Habs is Raphael Harvey-Pinard is coming back. I think he's coming off of the injured reserve. He's officially fully healed. So I think he's playing tomorrow, but I don't know for sure, which should mean that Lucas Condata gets sent down back into the A, but I could be wrong. We'll have to see what they do there.
Guess we'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on ESPN.
And TSN. TSN in Canada.
Yep. All right, another episode, another week.
Thank you all for watching.
Yeah, you take us out.
Thanks everybody for watching. Always a pleasure talking to you, Nathan. Thank you for joining me today. We love bringing this to you, and for everybody who's been waiting for those guest episodes and those extra bonus episodes, we have one coming to you. The goal is to get it out Saturday morning, I think is going to be the vibe. Be there for the weekend. Be there for your Monday morning commutes, if that's when you're listening to this. We got a very fun interview with that Nathan did. So pretty excited to see it. I haven't even watched it yet in full, so I'll be listening to that one. So stay tuned for that. Otherwise, we thank you for your support. We thank you for joining. Oh, sorry. Before we do that, I have one other thing for everybody who doesn't know. This month in November is the month where Nathan grows out his mustache and his beard. Nathan, can you tell us what you're doing? Let's make this into a little real thing that we can post everywhere. Because obviously, this podcast is brought to you by Nathan DaCosta.
Yes, me and my friends, we're from Niagara. Alex and I are both from Niagara, and we have a few friends from Niagara as well that we run a Movember campaign. And each year for the past 3 years, we create our own group on Movember, trying to raise a certain amount of money. And this year our goal is $2,500. So we're doing the Movember campaign. I think I'm doing a little bit better than Matthews, but you guys can be the judge of that. So if you guys would like to support Niagara Whiskers, that's the campaign name, we'll drop the link in the description of the video or in our Instagram bio. You'll be able to find it. We'll let you know where it is. But anything would be great. You're donating to a great cause. It'll be on behalf of you guys, fans of the Frozen Forum Pod. We'd really appreciate it. And yeah.
Exactly. So, Frozen Forum Pod brought to you by Niagara Whiskers and their quest to raise $2,500 this year in support of the Movember campaign. Thank you, Nathan, for doing it. I mean, people appreciate that you're raising money for it. So wanted to shout that one out. And with that, we'll end the podcast here. We're already at an hour and 8 minutes recording. We thank you all for joining. Please like, share, subscribe, get those 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. That's how you show us the love. On Spotify, feel free to leave a comment or question on any of our platforms. We love hearing the things that you guys have to say. And like, share, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. Am I forgetting any?
Facebook, you said that. We're good.
I think we're good. I think I covered them all.
Yeah.
There's too many platforms. Obviously, this podcast is brought to you anywhere that you get your podcasts. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and everywhere else that podcasts are available. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. Go Habs, go. 3 games. Let's go 3-0, baby. And we'll be back with you next week.
Au revoir.
Et bonsoir.
Bonsoir.